Hey everyone, I'm here with Tim Rice, the author of the book, The Missing Link. Thank you again, Tim, for being on camera.
Always a pleasure.
The viewers love hearing your insight to everything. So this video I just wanted to make because I know you know a lot about people and relationships, and also how the systems of the countries that people come from affects them to the point where they just want to up and leave and go elsewhere. What advice could you give to the viewers who are maybe single or looking for love? Why is a lot of folks traveling off to Mexico, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica and other places to look for love? What is it that makes them want to run away from Canada, America and other places, Europe?
It's Western dogma. And what you have to understand is that with the West, we run everything. This is where the elite live and they reside. And what they don't want is to have their area taken control over, or some kind of civil situation dealing with the elite and the government. You know, the elite runs the government. And what you have to understand is that once you take away a man's alpha male, or his ability to be in a situation where, you know, what men are, they love being dominant. But when you create these rules and these laws to separate us, and you tell our women that they've been mistreated, the women create this dominant alpha male syndrome. They're not, and they're feminine. And what it is that they break the structure of these relationships intentionally. And men, we all just, even women, we want love. So they intentionally destroy our women. And it's hard for a man to really live in that type of situation. So a man, he really wants love. That's part of the Western culture. And so what he does is that he comes here, and once he gets a taste of the countries you mentioned, you're never going to be able to go back and deal with a Western woman. And it's not the Western woman's fault. I want to make that clear. It's the agenda of the Western society or culture to destroy the woman. And once you destroy the woman, a man can't be in his masculine energy or his alpha male. And you know that energy is about being goal-oriented and having vision and being conscious. And that's the last thing they want, is a conscious man or a bunch of conscious men. So if you can destroy their structure, their love, they'll always be in debt and at a woman's beck and call. They'll always be thirsty for a woman, so to speak.
And what about the whole agenda there, trying to split families for the sake of dividing people, but also financially destroying the person who's got the most money, keeping people poor, keeping people down? Right. Isn't that part of it?
The West is all about creating a bunch of rules and a bunch of laws that make people never comfortable. And then they want to put you in debt. See, debt is the new slavery. You don't have to physically, I said this before, house people. Now all you have to do is put them in debt and then give them a few jobs. You know, in the Western culture, it's hard to work one job now, especially, you know, in America. You know, when I left America, I was working 3-4 jobs. And one thing I can tell you is that you can't be conscious when you're in your feminine as a man, and then the female is in her masculine, and then you're trying to make money and have family. And see, that breaks the structure of the family, man. It's impossible. And that's what you're seeing right before your eyes. And people are emotional. And your emotions, if you don't guard your emotions, then what happens is that you become a victim of your own heart and your own mind. So once you guard your emotions, that means you're conscious of what you're feeling. Everything's about feeling and emotion, and you create rules and laws, and they guide you in an emotional way, you're done, man. And that's what you're witnessing in the Western culture a lot, in a lot of cultures, you know.
They've set up a lot of departments, like that can go in and take the children off people, etc.
It's to break the family unit structure. Mm-hmm. If I am a man and I cannot have access to my child, my love, my heart, guess what I am? I'm broken. And I'm working and working and working, and I'm fighting, and that's what the system wants. They want men and women bumping heads and fighting each other. And with women, all you have to do is tell them, hey, you've been mistreated. And then they get into this real bad feminine energy, man. And what it is intentional against our women. So you can easily get a woman because she's more of an emotional being. And we're frustrated because guess what? Once we don't have that woman, we become emotional as well. So what you have is a bunch of misguided people that don't know how to guard their emotions and protect themselves.
And what is it you're talking a lot about the men, but I see both men and women who get sick of being in that kind of situation. So they head to all these countries I mentioned before. What do they find down here that they couldn't find? What's the attitudes, or in which way is it different?
Yeah, the Western culture guards sexual energy. They make it seem like it's wrong or it's bad. And in those countries that you mentioned, sex is open and free, and people aren't so morally structured or closed. You know, here it's more open, and then you have the weather and you have the niceness of the people, and it's just a great experience, man. It's, you know, the sun, great people, open-minded.
Folks, in case you haven't, click the subscribe button and make sure you tick the notification bell to make sure you get all my new releases. Now let's get back to the video. And in terms of their attitudes down here, you say they're very open and free.
Right.
What sort of personality types would one typically strike down here that you wouldn't find, say, in North America?
Are
they more old-fashioned?
Kindness. People are very kind. They're very open. They're willing to help. In America, we're taught if you don't know somebody, they're a stranger. People don't really smile a whole lot unless you're in the South. And it's like I said, it's just a big separation. And these systems are intentionally separating us on so many different levels, and we become category thinkers. And meaning that if a person isn't this or that, they aren't good. You know, once it's to separate us and make us fight each other, man.
Aren't they also more old-fashioned down here, which I personally think is a good thing, because for thousands of years the family structures have stayed together because she has the children and he's the breadwinner. Not saying it should be like that. That's a choice between them. But
okay. The reason why you want to be here is because they value family. And because the government doesn't interfere, what happens is that people are able to look upon their family members for help. And when you do that, man, the family structure is just tight, and you have love in your heart, because that's what we really want. We want to tribe together and have a vibe with our tribe and have family. And in America, man, they separate the family structure. But here, it's about family. It's about fun. It's about relaxing and enjoying the sun.
Fantastic. You know? Great advice. I hope you like that, guys. And feel free to check out Tim's site. Just give yourself a shout out.
Just the missing link. You look at me on Facebook. Tim Rice, the missing link. Facebook.
Always excellent to have you on here. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you.